USA women's 3-on-3 basketball team makes history with gold medal in sports Olympic debut. More after this. The U.S. women 3-on-3 basketball team made history today. Last night. Alicia Gray, Kelsey Plum, Stephanie Dawson, and Jackie Young won gold in the inaugural 3-on-3 basketball competition, defeating Russia 18-15 Wednesday evening in Tokyo's Aomi Urban Sports Park. The U.S. women stormed out to a 7-2 lead and never looked back. They played suffocating defense that had Russia visibly frustrated during the contest. Russia attempted to make things interesting late, cutting the deficit to as close as 3. But the U.S. team remained in control throughout. Dawson scored a team-high 7 points in the gold medal game. Plum contributed for 5 points. "This is really cool," Plum said following the gold medal win. "I just feel super blessed." Russia's Anastasia Lunguova had 6 points in the loss. The U.S. team entered the final game with a 7-1 record, only falling to Japan in pool play. They beat France, the women. They beat France 18-16 in a tight semifinal matchup earlier in the day to advance to the gold medal game. Kudos to the women for going out there first time, okay, and in the inaugural event, bringing home the gold. Salute you. The USA went out and they basically just dominated. They dominated, and rightfully so, because I feel like in the NBA, we have players from other countries that the NBA wants to incorporate into the game, okay, and find their best players and bring them over to make their league the best league that they have out there, okay? So now, in the WNBA, which is fairly, not really new, but it's kind of like it's been around here for at least about a good 10 years. Seeing women playing basketball is nothing new for the United States, but in other countries, you really don't see it as much. You may see it over in, like I said, you see them in France. They have their little leagues, spot places all over the place. But that's not their strength of, going out there and just, putting up that, that fight. So it's kind of, it's really good to see. It's really good to see. And I feel like, women should be incorporated into these Olympics. You got men that's constantly, you always seeing the men's basketball. But it's like, what about the women? They're not good enough to play? So some of those women you watch and see, I was been, privy to see, women like Lisa Leslie, Cheryl Swoops, and, Maya Moore, and, women of that caliber. It's kind of like, you sit back, the Dawn Staley's, hometown favorite, and just watching them ball, you know what I'm saying? I went out and played against, Dawn Staley, and, from down Temple, at a pickup game out in a particular neighborhood, down South Philly, and she balled out, and it was kind of like, I'm not going to stand in line and act like I got the best of her, because I really didn't. She balled out. She made me look silly, but it was a 5-on-5, so it wasn't just me. It was 4 other guys on the team, so it was like, she got it done. But that's just goes to show how special some of these women athletes are. They're good. I mean, they keep up and they can play just as hard as the men, and it's harder for them because, they kind of being belittled. It's kind of like, you go out, you got your LeBron Jameses, you got the Kawhi Leonards and all that. You got your Anthony Davises, the Embiids, and it's all these big players. And it's kind of like, you're not on our level. But what I like to see is, I applaud the fact that those big players in the NBA support those WNBA players. And that confidence kind of pushes them, and with them being in the Olympics, right beside their, you know, male counterparts on the other team, they cheer them on, we cheer them on, and it pushes them to get gold. Hopefully, something like this will push the men to constantly keep going. Now, I'm not saying that, competition is going to get easy, because when you get to the quarterfinals, you may get a team where I think the United States are going to end up seeing France somewhere. I'm gonna say the semifinals. I want to say the semifinals, and that's a chance to out them. So I'm not sure who's going to get what, or who's going to, finish out the deal. So, I mean, I'm believing that we're going to win it all, the United States, but there's other teams out there, so it's not like we got it all made in the shade, and it's like we can just walk out there and just knock it down and just feel like, hey, that's the American team. We're just gonna bow down, lay down, and just give it up. Nah, it's not gonna work like that. It's definitely not gonna work like that. So, I feel like a team like Luka's team, they can go out there and they can ball out. I just feel like, but going back to the women, I just feel like with the women, it's a good look. It's just a real good look, because I want to see that every year. I want to see us women, excuse me, not me, of course, but I want to see our women go out there and just ball out. I would eventually like to see them get from a 3-on-3 basketball to actually 14. I mean, I want to see a full team of basketball players play against Team USA. I want to see the other countries evolve and get better, and then come out, and get smashed by the USA. I would love to see that every year. I would love it. We've been spoiled over here in the United States, with basketball and, things of that nature. So it's kind of like, it feels like we're at the upper echelon when it comes to competing, and it's like, as far as basketball, even track, although one of our track stars is not there, to her own fault. It's sad, but we'll get past it. We'll get it done. We'll bring the gold home. And right now we are leading the category for the most medals, as far as the Olympics is concerned. So, again, let's give a kudos to the women for winning that. They lost to Japan. It kind of, boggles me, like, you lost to Japan? How'd you lose to Japan? Maybe Japan may be a future nemesis for the United States. We'll see, So for the men, it was always Spain, We always had trouble with them. So maybe Japan may be stepping up and doing what they need to do. So, so like I said, now I'm going to bring one more subject to this to this topic real quick. Give me 1 second. All right, no, I'm not. It's more about the men. So no, I'm not going to bring the men into this, because it's all about the women. I definitely want to get the women the kudos and their props, to bringing home the gold, making it happen. You know what I'm saying? So, salute to those women out there that got it done, and get home safe. So we definitely appreciate it. If you like what you heard from me, please don't hesitate to subscribe down below. I'm going to end this video. I'll move forward and start looking for something else for you guys. So you're gonna hit that like button for me. I drop a video every day, so you can click the notification bell, so you can stay tuned in when I drop a story. Thanks for watching. Thanks for giving me an opportunity. Again, like I said, we new in the game. So we learning, we going, and we hope you over here at AG's Point of View come come along for the ride. Just work with us. You'll see amazing content and amazing things change. All right. So again, thank y'all. I love y'all. Peace.